Hello, good day! Ito nga pala ang inyong Sir Jello at mayroon ako ulit ituturo sa inyo na math video topics. Pero bago yan, huwag niyo munang kalimutang mag-subscribe sa aking YouTube channel na Sir Jello para maging updated kayo sa lahat ng videos na i-upload ko. So, we're going to simplify now radicals. Okay, so discuss na natin yung mga laws of radicals and then yung index of roots na magagamit natin on how to simplify radicals. Now, there are three conditions that has to be satisfied in order for the radicals to be simpler, okay, or to be in its simplified form. Okay, so the first conditions to be met in order to simplify radicals is number one, the radicand has no factor that is a perfect nth root. Okay, so if the given radicand is not a perfect nth root, then we have to think of factors, okay, para ma-simplify natin yung radical. Okay, so yung first example natin is square root of 8. Okay, yan. So, pag tininat natin yung square root of 8, so ang index niya is 2, ang radicand niya is 8. 8 is not a perfect square sa square roots. Okay? Walang number na pag minultiply natin sa sarili niya, ang magiging sagot is 8. So, what we're going to do is to think of factors of 8 na merong perfect square. Okay? Ano-ano yung factors na yon? So, that is, factors ng 8. We have 4 times 2. 4 being a perfect square number. So, separate lang natin yan. So, you have square root of 4 times square root of 2. So, square root of 4, that is 2. Then, iwan yung square root of 2 sa loob. So, the final answer is 2 square root of 2. So, that is how we get the factors if the radicand is actually not a perfect number. Next example, we have the square root of 50. So, again, square root of 50 is not a perfect square number. So, we think of two numbers or two factors in 50 na merong perfect number. So, that is 25 times 2. Then, we just separate square root of 25 times square root of 2. Square root of 25, alam naman natin, that is 5. Then, rewrite square root of 2. So, the answer is 5 square root of 2. Now, let us try other index. Let's say cube root of 81. Cube root of 81. So, hindi rin siya perfect cube number. So, meron siyang factors na merong perfect cube. That is the cube root of, that is 27 times 3. Kasi 27 times 3 is 81. Okay? Then, separate the two factors. You have the cube root of 27 multiplied by the cube root of 3. So, as we all know, cube root of 27 is 3. Then, just rewrite the cube root of 3. So, the final answer is 3 cube root of 3. Now, let us try it with variable. So, you have the fifth root of 32, x raised to the 7th, y raised to the 5th, z. Okay. So, So, pag tinignan natin yung 32, alam natin na mayroong perfect fifth root yan. Okay? But we're going to look at the variables. So, what we're going to do is to factor out this given expression. Okay? So, you have the fifth root of yung first factor, lahat ng perfect fifth roots. So, kasama yung 32 doon. So, 32. Doon sa x raised to the 7, kukuha ako ng 5. So that we can factor out. So, you have x raised to the 5th, y raised to the 5th, kasi 5 naman yun. Yung z, since wala naman siyang exponent, so hindi siya pwedeng makalabas ng radical sign. And then, the other factor will be yung natira dun sa x raised to the 7. So, that is x squared. And then, z. Yung fifth root pa rin pala siya dun. Ayan. So, yung unang factor is a perfect fifth root. So, may lalabas natin yan. So, the final answer here will be 2xy. So, in-apply natin yung law of radicals dyan. Pag parehas ng index, parehas yung exponent, 1 na lang yun, kaya xy. And then, yung naiwan sa loob, the fifth root of x squared z. So, this is the final answer. That is 2xy, the fifth root of x squared z. Okay, so yung second condition natin is reduce the order of radicals to its lowest possible number. Example, 8th root of a raised to 12. So, ang objective naman sa second condition is mapababa natin yung index to its lowest possible number. Okay, so ang index ay 8, ang nasa loob ay 12. So, pwede tayong kumuha ng 8 doon sa 12 sa loob ng radical sign. So, you can factor this out as a raised to the 8 times a raised to the 4th. Okay, then, separate lang natin to. That is 8. The 8th root of a raised to 8 times the 8th root of a raised to the 4th. So, ito, based sa laws of radicals, diba? A na lang yan. So, a. Then, ito, the 8th root of a raised to the 4th. And then, ito, marireduce pa natin yan. So, a times, gagawin muna natin tong rational exponent. So, a raised to 4 over 8. So, a times a raised to 1/2. Is a, yung 1/2 is square root of a. So, this is the final answer. Is a square root of a. Next example natin is the 4th root of 25. So, para ma-reduce natin yung index, alam natin yung 25 ay perfect square number. Okay? So, ang gagawin natin, yung 25, gagawin muna natin siyang the 4th root of 5 squared. So, parehas lang naman yan. And then, po-convert natin to into rational exponent. So, that is the 5th root of, or 5 raised to 2 over 4. And then, pwede natin siyang i-reduce. 5 raised to 1/2, or that is square root of 5. So, this is the final answer. Next, we have the cube root. The cube root of square root of 64. Okay. So, kunin muna natin yung square root ng 64. That is the cube root of 8. Then, a cube root of 8 is 2. So, yun na yung kanyang final answer. And let's try it with variable. Let's try it with variable. Let's say you have the 6th root of 27 m cubed n cubed. So, lumalabas dyan, mas mataas yung index kaysa dun sa loob ng radical sign. So, ang gagawin muna natin is, we're going to express this as power of cube. Kasi pwede naman, no? That is the 6th root of, yung 27, gagawin natin siyang 3 cube. Then, m cube, n cube. Posible yon para lang ma-reduce yung index into its lowest term. Mangyayari dyan is ito, since parehas naman yan, magiging 6th root of 3mn cube. So, parehas lang yon. Then, we're going to convert this radical to rational exponent. So, this becomes 3mn quantity raised to 3 over 6. And then yung 3 over 6 can be reduced to its lowest term. That is 3mn raised to 1/2. And then yung 1/2, ibabalik natin siya to radical. That is, since 1/2 yan, that becomes the square root of 3mn. So, that is the simplified answer for this given. Okay, next, let us simplify 8th root of 36a raised to the 12 b raised to the 6th power. So, you will notice na merong given dito na mas mataas kaysa dun sa index, meron namang mas mababa. So, pwede natin gawin dyan is, pwede natin kunin muna yung a. Kunin natin yung 8 dun sa 12 para mapalabas na natin siya. So, paano yun? Kunin muna natin siya. So, that is the 8th root of dun tayo sa A, no? A, 8. Then yung natira 36 A raised to the 4th B raised to the 6 para mapalabas na natin yung A. Okay? So, this becomes, so, based sa laws of radicals, so, the 8th root of A raised to the 8, A na lang siya. Then, rewrite natin to. 8th root of 36 A raised to the 4th B raised to the 6. So, kung mapapansin nyo ngayon, lahat ng nandito sa loob, mas mababa na dun sa index. So, pwede na nating simplify yung 36. No? Yung 36 naman ay can be written as 6 squared. Sulat muna natin. So, that is A raised to the 8th root of 6 squared, A raised to the 4th, B raised to the 6. Kasi ang objective natin is to reduce this exponent to its lowest possible number. So, from here, magiging A, co-convert muna natin to sa rational exponent. So, this becomes 6 squared, A raised to the 4th, B raised to the 6, raised to 1 over 8. Okay? Parang quantified yung buong yun as 1. Kaya, 1 over 8. And then, distribute natin yan. Ito times lang natin ito doon. Parang siyang power of a power. So, this becomes A 6. 2 times 1 over 8. That is 2, 8. Dun sa A, 4 8s. Dun sa B, 6 8s. I-distribute natin siya. No? And then, So, we can write it now as, pwede natin siyang i-lowest term. A raised to 6. Yung 2/8, that is 1/4. Yung A, that is 1/2. 2/4 pala muna, sorry. 2/4. Kasi they must have the same denominator. 2/4. Then, yung B is 3/4. So, same denominator. So, we can write it now as A times, lalabas natin yung 4. Factor out natin yung 4 dyan. So, this becomes 6A squared B cubed raised to 1/4. So, the final answer will be, that is A, magiging 4th root na siya. 6A squared B cubed. So, that is the final answer. Next, we have the 12th root of 16m raised to the 8th P raised to the 4th power. So, ganun din, no? Mas mataas yung index kaysa dun sa nasa loob ng radical sign. So, simplify muna natin to. No? That is the 12th root of yung 16. We can express it as in terms of 4, no? Yung number na pag ni-raise natin is equal to 16. That is 2 raised to the 4th, diba? So, 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, 16 m raised to the 8 p raised to the 4th. And then, gagawin natin siyang fractional exponent. Rewrite muna natin to. So, 2 raised to the 4th, m raised to the 8, p raised to the 4th, 1 raised to 1 over 12. That is considered as 1 over 12. And then, we distribute 1 over 12 inside the parentheses. So, that's 2 4 over raised to 4 over 12, m raised to 8 over 12, p raised to 4 over 12. So, same denominator. And then, we're going to reduce it. So, that becomes 2. Yung 4 over 12 is 1/3. Dun sa m, 8 over 12 is 2/3. Yung sa p is 1/3. So, yeah, mapapababa na natin yung kanyang index. So, ibabalik na natin siya in terms of 3. So, that is 2m squared p quantity raised to 1/3. And then, radical answer, that will be the cube root of 2m squared p. So, that is the lowest possible index. Okay, sa third condition tayo, wherein we have to rationalize denominator. So, meaning, we're going to eliminate radicals in the denominator. Since hindi pwedeng sa final answer mo ay meron kang radicals sa denominator. So, example tayo. Let's say we have square root of 3 over 2. First step, pag-iwalayin muna natin. That becomes square root of 3 over square root of 2. Base sa quotient of 2 radicals, no? You can write it as separate. Yan. So, meron kang radical sa denominator. So, paano mo tatanggalin yung radical sa denominator? By the process of rationalizing. So, i-rationalize natin siya by multiplying, diba, the radicand by kung ano yung nasa denominator to make it a perfect square. Okay, so times natin both the numerator and denominator by the given denominator. So times natin yan by square root of 2. So magiging square root of 3 times square root of 2, that is square root of 6. Square root of 2 times square root of 2 is square root of 4. But the square root of 4 is 2. So the final answer is square root of 6 over 2. So, para matanggal yung radical, kailangan maging perfect square number yung nasa denominator natin. Next, ito yung first example natin. Second example, we have, let's say we have the cube root of 48 over cube root of 6. So here, ang index naman natin is 3. Okay? So, pwede yan, diretso. We can write it as cube root of 48 over 6. Pwede natin kunin yung quotient niyan kasi pwede naman i-divide yan. So, that is cube root of 48 divided by 6, that is 8. Cube root of 8 is 2. So, nawala na yung radical sa denominator. And then, ang mas maganda nun, napasimplify pa natin siya. Okay? We have the cube root of 32 over 54. Okay. So, ang index natin is 3. Okay. So, mag-isip tayo ng factors ng 32 at 54 na mayroong perfect cube. No? Simplify natin siya. So, factors ng 32, pwedeng 8 tsaka 4. 8 times 4 is 32. Sa baba, we have, pwede dyan, 27 and 2. So, ang tanong, bakit natin siya inuwanan ng factors? Kasi, kung mapapansin yung denominator natin, medyo malaki. No? 54. So, pwede natin siyang reduce. Reduce muna natin siya. So, we have, so, apply lang natin yung nalalaman natin sa laws on radicals. You have cube root of 8 is 2. Cube root of 4. Sa denominator naman, cube root of 27, that's 3. Cube root of 2. Yan. So, maliit na ngayon yung ating radical. So, para ma-solve naman natin yan, pwede na natin itong kunin yung quotient, diretso. Dito. So, we're going to rewrite 2/3. 4 divided by 2. That is the cube root of 2. So, the final answer is 2 over 3 cube root of 2. And last example, we have 6. The 4th root of 3 over the 4th root of 2. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do here is we're going to find the smallest possible number where we can extract the 4th root. Okay? So, paano natin gagawin yan? Mag-isip tayo ngayon ng number na ang concern naman natin is yung sa denominator. Para pag tinimes natin sa 2 at pag kinuha natin yung 4th root nun, mawawala yung radical or yung radical. So, yung radical. So, by what number? The question there is by what number? So, pwede yan. Rewrite muna natin sa taas. We have the 6th root of 4. So, there's 3 times a certain number. Then sa baba, you have the 4th root of 2 times a certain number. Now, the question is, what should be multiplied by 2 para pag kinuha natin yung fourth root, mawawala yung radical. So, since ang clue naman natin dito is yung isang factor is 2 times kung ano man yung number, pag kinuha natin yung fourth root, yun yung magpapatanggal dun sa radical sign para mawala yung radical sa denominator. So, that will be 2 times 8. Bakit 2 times 8? Kasi 2 times 8 is 16. Meron siyang fourth root ng 16. So, kung magmumultiply ako ng 8 dito, multiply din ako ng 8 doon sa taas. Okay? So, this becomes 6, the fourth root of 24 over the fourth root of 16. Tama, di ba? The fourth root of 16 is a perfect fourth root siya, no? So this is 6, the fourth root of 24 over 2 na lang kasi yung fourth root ng 16 is 2. And then to simplify, we just divide 6 by 2. 6 divided by 2, that is 3, the fourth root of 24. So that is the final answer.